soon screen.
Of course, I'm not actually attacking and I roll high. Why couldn't I punch Skylar in the back of the head with this attack?
For real, bro.
Needed a knockdown.
He needed something. Beer looks like piss, but it doesn't taste like piss. I guess I don't know that. I've never actually tasted piss.
No,
Do
beer's
it right
disgusting.
now.
I don't
Pussy
have to
won't.
pee.
Woo.
And Storm,
Jesus.
you can't say something tastes like piss just because you don't like the taste. Like, that's like
Tastes like
saying
piss.
licorice tastes like shit. It doesn't. It's still gross.
Licorice?
I hate
Depends on the
licorice.
licorice.
Nah, it's all bad. All of it.
I like the chocolate one. That's pretty good.
That's not even, like, real licorice.
The red one's good. I like that one.
I can't. I don't like the red one. I can tolerate the red one better than the black one, though. Black licorice is terrifying.
Tastes like anus.
The spawn of Satans. Satans, more than one.
I think you will survive.
I don't have an action of a short bow with sneak attack. I should probably do that.
Short bow, crit, 19. Oh yeah, that's right. You crit on 19s now.
Oh, I crit. What? I didn't crit.
Yeah, you did.
How? I
Wait.
rolled a 15.
Short bow, crit 19. Oh, never mind. I'm an idiot. It
It's just
says
saying
crit
I can-
19 because you will crit on a 19.
What's sneak attack? Sneak attack is a 4d6.
Move this over here. Alright, alright. Everybody say something in chat. We can get started. Wait, is Skylar here? Skylar? We have lost Desmond. Desmond is
shit.
no longer with us.
I'm dying. God damn it. I tried to fix that and it didn't let me.
Oh, I need to hop in your chat. Hey, look, an advertisement. Ooh.
That's why I subbed. Fuck advertisements.
Send message.
Man digs hole in mountain.
Ooh, woo, your fireball is so big. By the way, Storm, say something again for me, please.
What do you want me to say?
It doesn't matter.
You need me to type? Is that what you want me to do?
Yeah.
Maybe I'll spell something again.
With a little asterisk to show correction. Yep, there it went. I modded you.
You monster.
Wait, I don't know anything about modding.
That's fine. Congratulations, you have a pretty sword next to your name. Don't fuck anything up. Don't troll anybody. And don't fucking ban people like Skylar did because he misunderstood a channel point redemption.
Oh, question with the caltrops. What's the dex save to not step on them, and how much damage do they do?
It's your dexterity saving throw.
So it's +5?
No, it's your DC. You don't know what your 8 plus your dexterity modifier plus your intelligence in this case.
Intelligence.
Yeah, the placement.
Okay, 8 plus my dexterity modifier is 13.
Oh, that's that fucking, okay, yeah.
It's always 8 plus and then 2 stats. Whatever 2 stats apply.
So it's just 13, huh?
Yep.
And do you calculate damage, or do I need how much?
Cool.
Do you know how much damage they do?
I really need to finish my backstory.
I usually just do 1d4 per caltrop that they step on, which is based off of how many you put in the area. Does that make sense? And then I consider it rough terrain, so they move through it at half speed. It's homebrew rules, but that's how I do it. Uh, you'll notice a lot of the rules that I quote unquote homebrew are taken from other places in the rules. I don't actually come up with a lot of stuff on my own. I just restructure things so that they apply. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. Boot.
Let's get it started in here. Let's get it
About
started
5
in
ban guns. Fucking
Actually,
faggot.
this
We
is-
Don't
need
ban my guns.
Desmond. Desmond?
Yeah, I know. Desmond, the fuck are you, bro? You good?
Did Mike die?
Desmond! He said he
You
charged it.
fuck. Just as the fucking stream goes live.
Yeah, like actually, where did he go? He's in here. He's watching it on Twitch. I have 4 viewers. Let me check it and see. Users in chat. He's in here. Oddly enough, it doesn't show Hunter as being in here. But
It says
I'm in
me, Yanti. I see Famous in here.
oh really? Mine just hasn't updated yet. But yeah, I don't.
I win.
Oh, there you are. Hi. What was
Hi,
wrong?
Sorry, Mom called.
Oh.
I was trying to get off as fast as I could.
No, you're fine. You just didn't say anything before you left. Like you could have even typed in the chat or something.
Okay, to be honest, I expected to last like a quick like. I thought it was gonna be like a hey, call Dad for Father's Day, not a hey, blah 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 blah.
Shit, Forest, bad storm. Yeah, I had to listen to it earlier.
Huh? She said you didn't pick up.
Oh, she called me. I called Dad earlier. Yeah, she called me. I didn't even know. Yeah, I got a missed call. Fuck it, I don't care. I talked to her yesterday, or 2 days ago. I don't care. What is this permitted terms?
Permitted term. Oh, that's terms that automatically get filtered out through
Oh, like
you know,
putting
like
the word simp or something.
yeah, or the N word or whatever you want in there.
Okay. God damn it. I
What?
should block Dragory wants to seduce Door.
Please don't.
Only from Skylar though. Only if Yanti says it.
Just well, you can't do that though. That's the
I wish.
da da.
Gregory wants the door, not me.
Yes.
Everybody have music bot unmuted.
Oh, hold on.
No, but I need you to have music bot to unmute him.
Okay, he's now muted. Why?
Just I said unmuted.
I had to turn him up so I could hear him.
Gotcha.
Nico Chan. All right. So, whose turn is it for a recap, boys?
Luna, he gets the easiest recap in history.
She, the loader, like, okay, let's see. All right, we landed at the.
My bad, boys and
Outpost.
girl.
Well, my character's female, but anyhow. Anyway, like I said, we landed at the freaking outpost, got off to do some exploring. Desmond, being the fucking pyro that he is, decided to start catching everything on fire.
As he
Actions
does.
Got him. That is his character, and he plays it hard. But no, he got punished by whatever the hell
Alakar.
he got. Yeah, Alakar. I'm sorry, my brain's just.
You're
fucking-
fine. It's what
Keep
I'm
going.
here for.
Okay. So he got punched by Alakar. We go over to check on him. Then he goes around. We yonder a bit. Then we go around. Then he starts putting out tons of fires. I attempt to put one out. It just moves because you know fire control. Then Talon comes down, swoops his ass up, flies him to the far end as we take the control of the fire. An argument breaks out about him, not controlling himself. And he doesn't care, obviously. Then after that, we proceed back to the ship. Heard something about pins missing. And then that's pretty much where we'll pick up.
It's actually a pretty good recap. I expected less, to be honest. It's kind of a
Yeah.
brain dead session.
I would have just went. Lots of fires everywhere. Somebody got smacked in the face. Sabotage. Hop back on ship.
Yeah, essentially. So now
Made it sound a little better.
you're standing on the dock, as the two brothers discuss the sabotage that happened to the ship, and you hear Andros and my brain just broke.
My brain. That's how mine's been all
Andros
day,
and
okay.
Gavin, right? Andros and Gavin Gruff.
Sounds right.
Yeah, it's
The
Andros.
captain and his brother, and then the lead engineer. We can always go with that too.
It's Andros and Gavin Gruff. Andros is the captain, Gavin is the engineer. You hear Gavin saying something along the lines of, well, there was a poor attempt at sabotage to the ship. It could have been negligence, it could have been possibly something more, but it's been fixed now, and I think we can go. Just keep your eyes out for any stowaways, so to speak. And Andros just kind of nods to him. He says, yes, quite right. We must keep our eyes peeled. Now, if you do not mind, it is almost time for takeoff. And he looks over to you. Lot, Talon, Desmond, Luna.
Okay. I'm just gonna like. Sounds good to me.
I'm gonna.
And I'm gonna go inside and head to my cabin because that's where I was heading to begin with.
You hop over, get on the ship, head to your cabin. It looks much the same as it did before. Nothing's been moved. Go ahead and make a perception check for me.
Okay. Second. Ability. Oops, skills. Maybe. Sorry, it's not loading.
You good. Just roll a d20.
Yeah. Okay. I'm just gonna. Oh, there it goes. You said perception.
Yeah. Or you can do wisdom. Perception is based off wisdom. 21. It looks like something has been moved in your room. You can't quite place your finger on what.
Then I'm going to investigate a little bit.
Okay. As you... what are you doing, Desmond, Talon?
Okay, so I overheard him say there might be stowaways on the ship, so I go look for stowaways.
Okay. You're looking around. Go ahead and, I guess, make a perception check.
Oh, is it? Oh. That one.
You find a shiny piece of metal laying on the ground and get distracted by it for the next half hour.
Bird brain for the win!
I steal it.
Okay. Add to your... Add small scrap metal to your inventory.
I steal that shiny metal after I stare at it for a half hour.
What a start. We're getting back into it, boys. I need more alcohol. Desmond, what's up, buddy?
I'm going to put out the flames I'm controlling,
Okay. Easy enough.
and then I'm just gonna walk onto the ship.
Okay. You're standing on the dock, or fucking hell. You're standing on the deck. That's what I meant to say.
You're standing on the poop deck.
Got poop deck. No, you're standing on the deck. Sailors are starting to wrestle around, prepare things, tying knots, untying the ship, this kind of thing. Andros kind of gives like a small little salute up to the sky, walks into the captain's quarters, closes the door with a loud bang behind him. And Gavin takes the wheel. Luna.
I'm gonna go downstairs into the same spot I sat last time we landed, in the engine room.
Okay. You make your way down there. There's people bustling about. Somebody who you don't know is yelling orders and helping everybody get things situated. Go ahead and make a perception check for me, Desmond. Luna, your turn.
Like I said, I noticed something that was off but couldn't quite figure it out, and it's like an itch. I'm looking around, seeing what moved. Because, everything's bolted down, so I'm really curious why it
Go
feels like something's
ahead
off.
and make another perception check for... Actually, this would be investigation at this point, because you were actively investigating.
Please roll good. Of course. I don't see shit. I'm just gonna roll with it.
You're not sure, but you know something's wrong. And you feel like if you took the time to try and figure it out, you would eventually find what the issue was. But something's different, for sure.
Alright, I'm just gonna keep looking around, even though I probably ain't gonna see shit because I'm unobservant as fuck.
Desmond,
I
with
am
your perception
moderate
check...
weird.
Desmond, with your... I'm sorry, I'm gonna burp. Excuse me.
Excuse you.
I was trying to talk, but then, like, I thought it would go away. It didn't. Thought it would go away. It didn't. Desmond, with your perception check of 16, you immediately notice that all of your sabotage has been corrected.
Sad. Sad halfway. I forgot what I was for a second.
What?
I forgot what race I was for a second.
Lord almighty. Alright, Talon, you're now in possession of a piece of scrap metal that you found down in the belly of the ship. What are you doing?
I guess I'll continue looking for stowaways.
There are no stowaways.
I know this, but Talon doesn't.
Oh, that's right. You don't know, do you?
No.
Are you a goddamn detective? Talking like one. I don't know. Am I, ZD? Good to see you here, ZD. Thanks for popping into the stream. Appreciate you, brother. Alright. Go ahead and make an investigation check for me, Talon. I don't know why I had you do a wisdom check. That was wrong anyway, but...
Oh, I
Just-
failed
you
to put that
think
in the
it was-
bubble.
No, his wisdom check was for his stealing thing.
I meant
13.
perception. It would still have been investigation. No matter how hard you look, you can't seem to find anybody who doesn't look like they belong there.
Okay. I guess for now I'll head up to the crow's nest before the ship takes off.
Okay. Desmond, what are you doing? You have any,
Nope, I'm just sitting on my barrel.
just sitting on your barrel? Alright, Luna?
Like I said, I feel like I said, I'm still investigating, but like you said, I can't quite put my finger on what's different. And it's driving me damn near nuts.
The siren in the ship starts to come through the speakers, signaling you that they're about to take off.
So I sighed. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna strap myself into the harness. Actually, first thing before I do anything, I'm gonna put my pack back in the into the closet and secure it.
Good choice.
Okay, Desmond, are you securing yourself?
Sure.
Okay, you sound sad
Alan.
about it.
Talon
I'm
is
actually
not
debating if
securing
I wanted to
himself.
or not.
Talon wants to fly again, so he does not secure himself.
Okay, fair enough. 5 minutes go by. Eventually the ship takes off in much the same way as it did before. Gravity... I'm sorry. What?
Huh?
Sorry, I'm talking to... Yeah. Okay. Anyway. Your stomach drops into the pit, why are my words not working today? Holy shit. I'm never this bad at this.
Mm-hmm.
Your throat
Not
drops
enough
into the
alcohol.
pit of your stomach. That's what it is, to be honest. My backpack never leaves the closet. Thanks, CD. Appreciate you. Fucking hell. Your throat
I'm only
drops into the
guarding
pit of
it
your
for a
stomach as the ship flies straight up in the air suddenly with very little warning. Although it's less jarring than it was last time because you're expecting it now.
No Constitution saves. So
Faster.
what do you get, throw up.
Faster. Faster. Luna, or I'm sorry, Talon, I'm gonna have you make a dexterity saving throw for me, please.
Dexterity save. Sure.
Yeah, I mean, should
should
be
be
easy
here.
enough, right?
+8.
Yep, good enough.
27.
You're dancing a jig on the edge of the crow's nest as the ship flies straight up in the air.
I can see that bird brain doing
The
it
poor
too.
little boy in the crow's nest next to you, the same one as before, is staring at you wide-eyed as he holds on for dear life, strapped on.
Just fucking dancing an Irish jig. Fucking river dancing there.
The ship begins to slow, and eventually comes to a stop and begins to coast forward once more. The siren stops going off. The all clear is sounded. You're now safe to unstrap yourselves and move about the deck as you come up to full speed and inertia takes effect.
Like I said,
Okay.
God damn, I kind of wish I would have seen that.
It's a good time. All right. What are y'all doing?
Well,
All right,
I guess
said, you
I'm gonna
first,
go
bud.
fine. Gavin's the engineer one, right?
Yes, he's currently
Aye.
at the helm.
Yeah, I flap over to him.
Okay. He doesn't notice you land. He doesn't really. He's focused on what he's doing.
I approach him. Excuse me, Chirp.
Yes. What do you need?
I just have a curiosity question for you, Chirp.
He glares up at you with his one bulging, watery eye and his like scruffy ass beard. Well, get on with it then.
You're the one of the main people who worked on these ships, right?
Worked on. First off, it's not ships. It's ship. And second, I built the fucking thing.
Good. What would you think the logistics would be if you made a flying city with similar technology?
Flying city. Well,
Do you think it would be possible, or do you think the
possible?
technology?
Theoretically, it's possible. The only problem is the sheer amount of power required. We can only run this small ship for 4 hours at a time.
What type of solutions do you think would be available?
Mobile power stations, but that's far beyond our grasp at the current stage in our development.
Just curious.
And now he's like intrigued. Like his eye narrows, like his eye that's not bulgy narrows even more, and his bulgy eye bulges out even more. And a little bit of spittle comes out of the left side of his mouth, and he kind of reaches up and scratches his head and starts mumbling to himself about various equations and solutions.
So he's got that nerd engineer brain going.
Oh yeah, for sure. He's very intrigued by this idea.
So since you don't currently have the technology, is there any workarounds, like an magical artifact that holds power, or any place you can find the technology?
He kind of shakes his head a little bit and he says, currently we use magic mixed with engineering to keep this thing afloat as it is. So I'm not quite sure exactly what it is that we could do other than some form of, as I said, mobile power stations. Or, I wonder how the floating isles operate, because perhaps I need to have an audience with some of the Dragonborn. It's too bad that we're next to at war with them.
Well, I was just curious if it was possible.
Possible theoretically, yes, but I mean, so is everything. So,
Well, something to think about. Start heading down to my room.
yeah, something to think about, quite. Who's next? Somebody pick up the reins.
Alright. Like I said, I'm still searching around my cabin trying to figure out what the fuck's wrong.
Investigation check again, my friend.
Please roll decent again.
I'm not rolling that one.
That would be fucking hilarious. I'm out of lucky points, so I couldn't do anything about it.
You fail it 4 times and you're not gonna know. This is your 3rd attempt.
This is my 2nd attempt.
3rd. The first one counts. You passed, but you have to pass it twice.
Oh, okay. Did not know that. You did.
It's DM stuff. Just let me do me.
I'm like, what are you talking about? I only did one check.
Roll!
Shut up. You said investigation. I almost rolled fucking insight.
Investigation would be intelligence. Good enough.
Good enough.
You, upon taking about a half hour after the ship stabilizes in its flight and you're able to move around again, you notice that one of the drawers on your dresser is actually pulled slightly open.
I'm gonna go and investigate this damn dresser.
You pull open the drawer, and everything seems to be back the way that you left it. However, you're 100% sure that something got into that drawer because it wasn't open before. You don't leave stuff like that ajar.
Yeah, especially since I didn't open any drawers to begin with. Only thing I put away was the backpack into the closet, so yeah. Now I'm genuinely confused. I'm gonna start feeling around the thing of see if there's anything moved or a backing or anything else.
Well, like you said, you hadn't been in the dresser yet, so you don't know if anything's been moved. However, inside the dresser, you find some spare clothing that, oddly enough, seems to be about your size. It's nothing fancy. It's just, you know, regular, like, shirts and trousers, leather pants, that kind of thing. A couple spare pairs of shoes are in the bottom drawer.
Huh. Well, I don't need it. I'm like, as it's nothing evil or malintent.
Malicious?
I'm just gonna close. Yeah, malicious, malintent, same thing. I'm just gonna close the drawer, scratch my head, and be like, well, that's weird.
Fair enough. Desmond, what's up, buddy?
I'm gonna go ask around the cabin, the engine room about what type of sabotage they all found.
At this point, Gavin has made his way down into the engine room, and he's looking about, doing things, and he's made his way over to his desk, and he's sketching something out. As you look over his shoulder, you see a picture of what appears to be an unfinished drawing of a city.
What happened here? I heard something about sabotage. Like, what all happened?
Nothing to worry about, fair man. Man, yes, man. Hello, short one. Yes, just a few missing pins. Nothing I couldn't handle. I found it straight away once we did our pre-flight maintenance.
It was only missing pins?
Missing pins is the only thing that we seem to find.
Okay. Do you know what could have been the cause, or?
My brother seems to be convinced that something malicious was intended. However, simple vibration could have caused them to come out. It's odd that we were unable to find them, though. Why, do you ask?
Just trying to figure out, see if I can help solve the problem so it doesn't happen next time, because I'm in the sky, I don't want to fall.
That's very smart of you. Now, come over here. And he motions to the drawing on the table. You're a magic user, yes?
Sure.
You do not sound very confident.
You said magic user, it depends on the type of magic.
Well, with my limited scope on the process, a sorcerer helped me to create this thing. Would that be
Okay.
you?
Yes, I am a sorcerer.
Well, bloody brilliant those sorcerers are. I'm just fucking kidding. They never seem to know how the hell they do what they do. It's very frustrating.
Yeah, neither do I.
Useless, the lot of you. Now,
Yep.
what do you
Hey,
know about the
one
way
thing
that this
so
machine flies?
Sorry, what was that?
What do you know about the functionality of this ship? Do you understand the inner workings?
All I understand is you move crystals, it goes that direction.
Essentially, we're removing the gravitational field from one side and applying it to another. The crystals
Okay.
are magically charged. The surrounding crystals are magically charged, while the center crystal is an artifact that we discovered via Alakar. It is essentially a gravity well. If we were to remove these crystals from it entirely, it would float in space, with no possible way to move it. I need help to figure out how to turn this, and he motions to the central gravity well, into this, and he motions down to the sketch of a city that he started.
So you want to make the boat bigger?
Well, I suppose that's one way to look at it.
Well, so you said when we landed, you had to charge the crystals.
Yes.
Why did we have to land to charge the crystals?
We can't currently house the station, the charging unit, because it causes what's called a closed loop. It's too heavy. Does that make sense?
Okay, so
It's heavy. It's heavy enough that if we were to house it on board the ship, it would drain more energy than it could charge.
So what I'm hearing is you need to find a way to make that more efficient, because that sucks.
Well,
And 2, have you tried holding multiples of them on the ship at once?
if one of them is too heavy, do you think 2 is not?
Yes, but if you have, let's say, 3 or 4 of them on the ship, charging at all times, even in flight, that is still charging enough, hopefully, to keep replacing as they burn out.
The ratio from weight stays the same, and eventually we run into a structural issue.
What structural issue?
Them falling through the deck of the ship.
Just build them on immovable rods.
That's actually quite... Thank you!
Fucking Desmond for the win.
That simple idea will not work because movable rods themselves are frozen in space. However, if we could somehow... And then he, trails off into thought, and you completely lose him as he goes back to his drawing board.
I take this shit off the wall and walk away.
Take the shit off the wall.
The shirt, I sold him. But stealthily.
Make a stealth check. Fucking hell.
I'm not singing my theme song anymore.
He doesn't seem to notice you grab it as you walk out.
Then I go find Talon to go put it back into the bag of holding.
His perception is not very good right now. He's very distracted. Oh, Lord. Talon's up on deck, and you assume that's where he's going to be, so you gonna make your way up to the deck.
Yep, I'm gonna go find Talon and have him put it into the bag of holding.
Talon, it's been at this point about 45 minutes. What are you doing?
Well, I mean, at the end of my conversation with Gavin, I said I was going back to my room.
Oh, I apologize. I'm a horrible DM. Talon is not on the deck. You get up there, you look around, he's not there.
I continue looking for him.
I assume you would check his room next. You approach his door. Talon, is your door closed?
Yes.
I'm stepping away. This interaction's no longer mine.
I just walk in. I walk in and I'm like, yo, bird person, are you in here?
Just turn and look at him. Chirp.
What color are your feathers
I
right
need to
now,
borrow
by the
the
way,
bag of holding. I
Talon?
need to put something in it.
What color am I right now? I'm still white. I haven't changed colors yet. I take the shirt and put it in the bag of holding and ask him, did you sell this?
Nope.
Didn't.
I turn around and I
Make a
walk away.
deception check. Talon.
Well, would that be perception?
Mm-hmm. Or insight, whichever's higher. It doesn't matter. Yeah,
Why
he's
didn't I roll
lying.
this?
He's completely lying.
Yeah, I just give him a strange shirt and say, take this shirt and say, okay, Not giving it back.
That's fine. I walk away.
Fucking hell.
I just go back to my room. I deserve a nap.
Was there anything else you guys wanted to do on this voyage?
I'm actually gonna go get back to the lounge and get a drink.
Okay. You make your way. There isn't really a lounge area.
Well,
There is
like,
a
little
kitchen.
cafe.
Yeah,
the
there's
kitchen.
like a kitchen. The same two cooks are in there, and as Desmond assaulted previously, and you requested tea from.
I didn't assault anything. I just violently asked for alcohol.
You raging alcoholic.
I didn't even drink it.
I'm gonna sneeze. I didn't sneeze. Okay, you walk in and those two cooks are standing there, Luna.
I approached the guy and I'm like, "Is there any way I can get you, bother you fine folks for a glass of whiskey?"
Oh God, not another one.
I said a glass.
Well, previously somebody came in and took our entire bottle. I'm sorry, but I no longer am in possession of whiskey. Can I interest you in some wine?
A glass of wine will do lovely.
She pulls
Preferably
out.
a red.
Yeah, I was about to say, she pulls out a red, and as she pours it, it's very, very dark, almost like drying blood colored. Hands it to you in a metal cup, not glass.
That's unusual, but you know, you do the thing, you smell it, taste it. The whole proper wine etiquette.
Extremely bitter.
That's damn strong, even for me.
In fact, it's so strong that it tastes like wine, but if wine had more alcohol than whiskey.
May I inquire what this wine is? Because, wow.
It's
It
from the Dragonborn. It's an interesting wine, is it not? They call it blood mead.
Well, the color is appropriate. Well, it'll do the job, I think. This is definitely an interesting experience for this stuff.
Are you drinking more of it?
Yeah, I'm just gonna sip on it.
Go ahead and make a Constitution saving throw for me. You're pretty buzzed. Your head's a little bit light.
Whew, good shit. It's not even a lightweight.
Anybody else want to do anything on this voyage?
Nope, but Talon's taking a little bird nap.
And I'm just sipping this overpowered wine, apparently.
The alarm, some time passes until it's been about 3.5 hours. The alarm starts to sound again, and then Andross's voice comes over the intercom. Okay, my lovelies, it's time for us to start our descent. Please do strap in and enjoy the ride.
I'm gonna stumble over to a harness and strap myself in.
Yeah, same here.
sleep,
I
so I
just
ignore
got woke up by the alarm, so I just strap in because I don't feel like moving very far.
Fair enough. What, Desmond?
Said I'm still asleep and I sleep through it.
Okay.
Do you?
It's pretty loud. If you
Wait.
want to, yeah.
Sure, yeah, I sleep through it.
Okay. This will be fun. As the alarm continues to blare, the captain's voice comes over the intercom again. He says, "We appear to be having some technical difficulties. Descent doesn't seem to be an option currently. Hang tight, please."
Oh shit.
Well, that's alarming. So I strap myself and go to the top deck.
I'm also unstrapping myself. Hope to God we have had a
Can I
few
be
hours.
asleep for 3.5 hours?
All right, so
Yeah,
I'm
like,
gonna
I
I'm
sleep
gonna
1.5 hours.
I'm gonna get my way up to the deck and see if I can't find Talon and Desmond. See what
Okay.
the hell is going on.
well, Desmond is not up there. As you go up on deck, Talon first, you make your way up to the top of the deck, and people seem to be scurrying around, just doing general maintenance, scrubbing the deck, and this kind of thing. The mood is nervous, but not dire. Luna, as you come up, you see Talon walking around, looking at various things, talking to various people. Andros is actually at the helm, scratching his head, trying to figure out what's going on.
Alright, and I'm going to approach Andros and ask him if everything's really okay, because he's got a very confused look on his face.
Well, so you just walk up to him and... Okay.
I'd be like, hey, what's going on?
He looks at you and he says, well, it's quite odd, actually. We thought we found all of the problems with the ship. It appears the crystal for descent has been sabotaged. We should have enough time to fix it before we fall out of the sky. We've got roughly an hour and a half. We fly for 4 hours at a time. We give ourselves about an hour's worth of power to spare.
For just in case, that's a good idea.
Yes. We don't like to push things to the wire, if you will. Now,
yes.
My brother's on it, and he says that he thinks he can get it fixed. It should only take 10 minutes or so.
Alright. I'll leave it in your very capable hands then.
It's not my hands you need to worry about, man.
Well, your brother, a bit strange. I have faith in his abilities.
I approach Andros after hearing the conversation.
Okay. As you walk up, you kind of, walk into the conversation that they're having.
Like, I overheard that there's a problem with the descent.
Yes, the crystal, as I understand it, that regulates the speed at which we can descend, has been sabotaged in its current hole. We were actually very lucky that it was noticed before we tried to descend and just dropped out of the sky.
Like, oh, that's good. If it doesn't get fixed in time, I do have a bag of holding and I can fly, so in emergency, I can carry some people down.
Well,
if it's needed, if you get it fixed, this doesn't matter. But just call me on the intercom.
To be perfectly honest with you, we already have a backup plan in play. Actually, my brother came up with these things a couple years ago when he was working on this called parachutes that are quite interesting.
That almost sounds fun.
Chirp. I tilt my head.
Essentially, it's a large sack stored in a bag, and it slows your descent to the point that it is safe for you to fall in free fall. It is
so it's
quite
like
interesting.
gliding.
Exactly, except in a sack.
Neat.
Part of me kind of wants to try this.
I mean, I don't see why not. You can if you wish. I will warn you, directly below us may not be the prettiest sight. We are dropping onto the front lines. There's not currently a battle raging, but we will be near the medica tents.
Now, I'm a doctor. There's nothing I haven't seen before.
Fair, but you are dropping onto a foreign army out of the sky. They expect the ship. They don't expect a man gliding in on a sack.
It'd still be fun to, if it wasn't a war zone, it'd still be fun to try.
The point is, you can do it, but if we are able to fix the ship in time, I would much prefer for you to do it as the ship descends, so you don't get blasted out of the sky by another Hand of the King. There are a few in this camp. 3, I believe.
Good to know. But yeah, no, I don't plan on, doing anything stupid. I just said it would be fun to try.
Okay. At this point, I'm gonna go look for Gavin.
Well, first place you look would be the engineering room, and that's where he is, bustling about, yelling at people, and he's actually got the crystal removed and sitting on his desk as he works on it.
I don't approach him. I just look from a distance and wait for everything to settle.
Desmond, what are you doing? Sleeping?
How long have I been asleep now?
Roughly. It's only been about 15 minutes.
Nope, still asleep.
How long are you trying to sleep for 4 hours? Is that the?
Yep.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna go find our fire-bending jackass of a gnome.
No?
My halfling.
Halfling, I'm gonna call you a gnome. You're a fucking gnome.
I'm not.
I know what you are.
I call him a gremlin,
Gnomes are
but
smart.
Yeah, you're so. All right. Anyways, I'm gonna go find our fucking Desmond.
check his room.
Yep.
Door's closed.
I knock on it because I at least have decency.
I sleep through it.
That's unusual. I check to see if it's locked.
It's locked.
I was gonna say, is it locked?
Well, at least I have a general idea if he's there. Oh, it's locked, so he might be in there. You know what? Fuck him. I go back up on deck.
Okay. You go back up on deck. Talon, what are you doing exactly?
Yeah, I'm just waiting for Gavin to not be busy.
He's gonna be busy.
Yeah, I know. I'm just waiting anyway.
Okay, you're standing there. One of the other engineers actually walks up to you and he says, are you here to lend a hand?
Sure. I mean, I can if you need it.
Are you a magic user?
Nope. Sure.
An intellectual?
Bird brain? Sure.
Why are you here?
It's just seeing how everything works, really. It's mostly curiosity. If I'm in the way, you can tell me to move. Sure.
I believe you're fine. Just don't touch anything, please.
Sure.
Gavin is in... Mr. Gruff is in a, quite a mood right now. If you were to wind up on his bad side, say, something poor might happen.
Okay, Chirp. I'll just stand here and wait for you to not be busy.
What's the
Or,
DC on
fix it.
that?
I have to roll a 5. I have to roll 4 lore on my dice, so I'm good. It's 6.
Okay.
It means I pass.
That's the second one tonight. Okay. He turns around and walks away, and he starts to tinker with the crystal on Gavin's table, which you notice the glow is quickly diminishing on, and then eventually you just hear Gavin, "Aha! I've got it!" And then he holds it up in the air with a big dwarven smile on his face. Except it looks very odd on him because his teeth are all crooked and busted. He walks over to the housing for the crystal, tightens it in with a few bolts. Now we can descend. And the alarm starts to go off again for descent. As he walks over to the edge of, or to the wall and pulls a lever.
Well, I strap myself in.
Luna?
Luna? Are you muted?
I'm sorry, I'm muted. Fuck. I was typing and talking to somebody. I didn't think you want to hear that.
No, it's fine. I just didn't know.
Yeah, no, sorry. Yeah, no, I strapped myself in.
Okay. Up on deck. Luna.
What?
On deck.
Yes.
Talon just in the engineering room.
Yep, that's where I am. Don't feel like going very far.
Desmond sleeping away.
Yep, if it hasn't been 4 hours, still asleep.
It's been about 3 hours and 50 minutes.
Yep, still asleep.
The alarm starts to blare again, and Andros' voice comes over the intercom system, which is kind of an odd thing to you because electricity hasn't been invented yet. So it's done through some form of magic, but it says, "All right, my pretties, my brother has fixed the problem just as we all knew he would. Go ahead and strap in for me one more time. We're about to make our descent down into, you know, the battlefields." And the ship starts to descend, slowly at first. This actually wakes you up, Desmond. Unfortunately, you were unable to complete the rest that you so much desired. And as you start to fall, go ahead and make a dexterity saving throw for me. You catch yourself, and you can now make a choice. What do you want to do? You are currently holding on to the bed with your hair flying straight up in the air.
I wanted to attempt to strap myself in.
Where at? There's no straps on the bed. They're over on the wall.
I want to try to flip the bed so if I fly up, I hit the bed.
You're holding on to the bed.
Yep. That is my attempt.
Strength check?
Isn't the bed bolted to the floor?
Yeah, but the mattress isn't.
Okay.
I'll say that's good enough. You roll off the bed holding the mattress on top of you. At this point, you start to fall upwards. You collide with the ceiling, but the mattress breaks your collision. And then you stay that way for 3 to 5 minutes as the ship descends, and then when the ship begins to slow, you promptly fall onto your back with the mattress on top of you, taking 4 bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
Now you're laying, back hurting, mattress on top of you, scratching your... Well, you're not scratching shit. You're trapped underneath the mattress. I have to take a bathroom break, guys.
Okay. We'll be here when you get back. This is super relaxing music.
It's music that I'm not going to get copyrighted for. I have talent like descending. Gregory wants to steal the door to the cabin. Interesting. Interesting time. Gregory is currently being smashed by a mattress.
That's
Is not
Desmond.
being smashed by a mattress.
Huh?
Gregory is smashing a mattress.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no, 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 no. We're back. Alright, friends. Now, I'm actually going to move my... I didn't realize this was blocking the chat. Oh god. That's not what I want. No! Give me my freaking thing. Video capture. Sure. Right there. Looks fine. Damn it. Can I stop accidentally moving my overlay around?
No.
Big camera.
Fuck. Backstories are a bitch.
Do you guys have
Especially when you
sound
ask
on in the stream?
Yes.
No.
No. Why, what were you gonna check?
And his name is John C.
I don't know. I just redeemed the John Cena thing, because why not? Anyway, sorry. I got distracted.
Yeah, it worked.
Got distracted. Why is that only 400 channel points, by the way? That's obnoxiously loud.
You set it up.
Shut up, you're the mod.
And
It's not like you have absolutely no control over any of that. Talon, as you descend, you feel the joy of flying and faster than you can on your own yet again as you free fall through the sky. Oddly enough, being pulled by the weight of the ship as you try to, as the ship tries to surpass you in speed, but your harness keeps you in place. And then, as you descend and come to a slowly coming to a stop. I'm fumbling over my words so bad tonight. I'm fucking broken, boys. My DM is broken. Like, I don't know what's going on. Anyway.
I would say it's Sunday, but it's Sunday.
You look over the edge, Talon, and laid out below you, you see a war camp in very neat, tight lines. Well, by tight, I don't mean close together. I mean, everything is very square, boxy, organized. Everybody's moving with a purpose. You guys descend onto the dock. The ship's crew begins to tie the ship up and hook up all the devices they need to hook up for the charging. And then immediately, a bunch of soldiers come on board and start unloading cargo.
Oh. Well. Damn.
You know,
Well,
you can just steal shit. Like, you can, if you really want to.
I mean, I'm not gonna, but I'm gonna go, take a peek at the cargo.
All you see is crates. Sealed crates.
Oh.
All right.
Desmond, what are you doing? I must know. What are you doing?
laying there in pain.
Fair enough. Good answer.
I unstrap myself
I
and proceed down to Desmond's cabin.
Which is
go
literally in the next room.
Right, like I said. I knock on the door again. Are you alright in there?
Oh wait, since
they
I
need
can't.
some alarms on this thing.
They were blaring for like 5 fucking minutes.
I don't know what you're talking about.
How did you not hear them? Do you have fucking wool in your ears or something?
Mm.
Everything that he's saying to you, Luna, is coming out muffled, and you have no idea why.
Do you need some help?
Sure.
Well, I'd love to help, but your door's locked.
Yeah, I can't help with that.
Can't you use mage hands and unlock it?
I could, but I'm in pain and I don't want to move.
Well, then you can sit there and be in pain. I ain't kicking the door down, so you're on your own.
Then get somebody to unlock it for you.
You have
Or
a
you-
bird.
Fine. I'm gonna go. Is there any? Yeah, I'm gonna look from is
As
there
he
anybody?
walks away, I cast Mage Hand and unlock the door.
Does it
Make
make an
a-
audible click? See,
I was about to say, make a perception check.
Wait, isn't he walking away?
Yeah, Luna. That's why I telling her to make a perception check. Nope, you do not hear it.
so I'll keep going. Is the El Capitan still at his spot?
Andros? Yeah, he's
Yeah.
loving it, man. He's always out here. He's ready for a fly any day.
I approach the captain. I'm like, who has the keys to their quarters? Because I need to get into Desmond's room.
You want me to let you into your companion's room? My.
Yeah, the dumbass hurt himself.
Oh. Well, that's much less interesting than what I had in mind.
You do realize he is a male, right?
I wasn't implying anything sexual.
Yes, you were. Anywho.
I was not!
Right. Anywho, can you get the door, please?
Of course I have keys to every room. And he kind of like winks at you a little bit as he says it.
I kind of want to let you in there with him just to see what happens.
I assume he would ask me why I was in his room, and I would tell him that you said he needed help.
Yeah, but knowing that fire-throwing gnome of ours, I know he's a halfling. He has thoroughly pissed me off here today.
Whatever for?
I'm just glad your little outpost is still on the map. I'm just gonna say that much.
Oh. Rather unstable, is he?
He just likes the fire for a little too much. Anyhow, like I said, door please.
You know and as he takes off, he's walking down towards the bottom of the deck, having this conversation with you as you go. He says, "You know, the last Hand of the King I remember, that was a little too generous with the flame, wound up wiping out a tribe of bird people, and then was promptly executed. You might want to keep an eye on him. I think something's wrong with that power. I think it goes to the head."
Or he's just crazy anyways.
That's not quite as helpful, is it?
I know what you're saying, and I agree, but he's just crazy, and
I'm just warning you, Alucard is not lenient with his hands. He can't be. The amount of power and lenience that he grants to you to be able to use magic in a non-magic using society,
Yeah.
one small offense, and he will have you hung.
Well, lucky for me, I don't use magic.
Why the fuck are you a Hand of the King?
Well, it doesn't mean I'm good at my job.
That's not usually, you know, Alucard's business is his own.
I was gonna just suggest the same thing. I'm like, hey.
Mm.
He made me wasn't an anticipated thing. It was completely out of the blue when he did it. I suppose I don't use magic. I can, but I don't. Fuck that. Just fuck it. Nope. Ain't playing with it.
You know, to be honest with you, Luna, I don't want to know. At this point, you reach the door and he unlocks it for you. Or he attempts to unlock it and he's like, well, that's odd. And then he just turns the handle and it opens up.
That motherfucker. I told him to use Mage Hand to unlock the door earlier when I heard him groaning for help.
At this point, the door is open, Desmond, and you hear them talking about you. Still laying under the mattress?
Yes.
Fucking hell.
What are you talking about? Like, hey, you open the door. No one's been unlocked this whole entire time. I don't know why you just walked in.
Bullshit. I tried it earlier when we first heard the alarms going off for the descent. It was
when
locked.
I woke up, I fucking unlocked it.
Andros is standing in the doorway just outside of the room, like,
I'm sorry for
rubbing
wasting
his
time,
chin,
Andros.
smiling, and he's like, oh no, this is quite alright.
If you weren't already in pain, I'd pretty much stomp on you. Now hurry the fuck up and get up.
I can't. There's a mattress on me.
I walk over and flip the mattress.
Yeah, make a strength check. As long as you don't roll a 2 or lower, you're fine.
Roll that one, please. Oh.
Damn.
In your rage and anger, you flip the mattress off of him with such force that it slams into the wall. Desmond's just laying there looking stunned, eyes kind of still scrambled.
Are you alright now?
You guys really need to put some padding on your fucking beds. I woke up fucking with a mattress on top of me in pain. What the fuck is going on here?
Well, you're the one who didn't hear the alarms. You're the only one at fault here.
What alarms?
They were blaring for 5 fucking minutes. 5.
Twice.
I'm not gonna say that because I don't know, but how did you not hear them? They were loud as shit.
He didn't hear him. He chose to stay asleep. He actually didn't hear him.
What the hell? Are you asleep or something?
Yes.
Oh,
Why would I not sleep? We're just up here in the sky. Nothing to do. I'm just gonna take a nap.
Well, I don't blame you for taking a nap, but for fuck's sakes, you know when the ship descends, it drops like a rock, literally.
Yeah, but somebody could have come and knocked on my goddamn door and woke my ass up.
I did knock on your door.
Or not loud enough.
What the fuck do you want me to do? Pound on it until you wake up? For fuck's sakes.
Sure, you could have kicked it in. That would have woke me up.
I'm not gonna damage the ship. I'm pretty sure Andros and his brother would probably have me.
Yes, please do not. Andros kind of pipes up and he says, "Yes, please do not kick in any doors.
It's
It
just
is
a door
they're-
frame. They're
they're-
easy to fix. I fix them all the time.
That's not the point.
Listen, true as that may be, I don't think my brother would be very happy if you were to damage his baby.
Yeah.
Now,
But
I
isn't
have
the baby
duties
hurt?
I must attend to. You
Once
two
again, thank you
kids
for getting the.
have fun. Please do not break anything or burn anything down." And he looks directly at you,
What?
Desmond.
Burn down the ship?
No!
What? Then why did you say burn stuff down?
Do
I
not
said don't.
burn things down. Now,
If you just
Thank
don't
you
say
for
anything,
getting
I
the
won't.
do have a good day. And he walks
Thanks
off.
Thanks for the door. That wasn't really needed, but thank you.
Yes, thank you for wasting my time.
It wasn't my intention. Now, you fuckhead.
Talon,
Get
what's
the fuck
going
up.
on?
So, you know how I said I was like looking at the car door earlier?
Mhm.
I decided to follow a random crate.
They're just offloading it onto the dock for now.
Oh, that's boring.
That's boring. Well, no one said you couldn't look inside said crate.
I attempt to. Is it like in a tall stack or like individually separated? Or
I mean, they're offloading them by hand. They're like too high.
oh,
Thank you,
I,
darling.
try to be as inconspicuous as possible and
Give me a kiss.
pop open the crate without anyone noticing to see what's inside.
It's nailed shut.
Hunter, you do have a crowbar.
I do have a crowbar. Actually, I'm pretty sure I have 2 crowbars.
You probably do, knowing you. So make a stealth check. This is gonna be a high DC, by the way. Almost impossible. You're literally doing this in front of everybody.
26.
You've got to be fucking kidding me. I set it at
Nope.
25.
Do I need to make a strength check?
Yes. No matter what happens, they're not gonna see you.
What's the crowbar? Would that be advantage or?
It would
Yeah.
be advantage.
It is.
13 for the strength.
Roll again. Oh, you did. Never mind.
What?
You rolled. Never mind. Yeah, roll again. Take the higher.
I didn't realize I was rolling strength advantage. 13.
Okay. It starts to pry open, and it's not all the way off, mind you, but in the gap, you kind of bend down, look and see. And somehow you're doing this in front of everybody, and they're not seeing you. You're a fucking ghost.
You're a fucking god.
Somebody actually walks and puts a crate on the stack right next to you, and you just duck behind the crate you're next to, that you're working on, and he doesn't see you. He continues about his work. As you pry down on the lid with the crowbar, it opens a small amount, about an inch and a half. You peek in, you see what appears to be sawdust and fruit.
Oh. No, with my curiosity satisfied, I walk away and start exploring the dock. With no intent purpose other than just to walk around.
As you walk away, you hear the sound of like a hammer against wood, and you hear somebody muttering about shoddy craftsmanship. All right, back to the fucking Two Stooges.
Mm-hmm.
All right, you fucking. Get up.
I am up.
Really, you're
You
still
j-
laying on the floor.
No, I'm laying on a bed with no mattress. There's a difference.
No, well, I guess the mattress is off.
You're killing me, Smalls. You're fucking killing me.
Okay, can you get the fuck out of my room now?
Whatever, just get on the deck.
Fuck the deck.
Shut up and get moving.
I will once you leave.
Whatever. I turn around and go back to my room, grab my bag, and head up to the deck.
All right.
I walk into the engine.
Okay. There's still people moving around down there. Gavin is still hanging out He's actually drawing on that sketchboard that he was working on before.
I go and search for if there's any diagrams of the ship in the engine room.
Easy. There's one posted on the wall.
I take it.
It's framed.
I take the whole thing.
Excuse me?
How?
It's nailed to the wall.
You said it was framed and not nailed to the wall.
The frame is nailed to the wall.
I take it off.
You pull on it, make a strength check and a stealth check. Unless... Are you attempting to be stealthy?
Nope.
Okay. Make a strength check. As you are yanking on this thing, trying to get it down, Gavin looks up and he says, "Oi! What the fuck are you doing?"
I want a souvenir.
So take a souvenir, not my fucking diagram. Leave it alone!
What type of souvenir do you think I'm gonna take?
Literally anything else.
Okay, cool. I take the crystal in the middle. See ya. I go inside, grab it.
Okay, you grab it. Now what are you gonna do with it? It's immovable.
It's literally secured into the ship.
I
Super
try to walk away with it.
Perhaps I failed to the center crystal.
Yep. Yes, I understand.
It's
It's immovable, and I try to walk away with it.
okay. He actually runs over to you, and he's actually, oddly enough, shorter than you by a couple of inches, and he bops you on the back of the head with a rolled up paper, and he's like, "Hey, stop that!"
I take anything else.
What?
I don't want to be down there and yell midget fight.
What, Desmond?
I said, like, what? You said I could take anything else.
Perhaps I misspoke, short one. Now, if you really must have a souvenir, I think that I can come up with something. But what was your plan? You can't move that thing anyway.
It's shiny. I wanted it.
Don't you understand that the whole premise of that crystal is it does not move? It generates its own gravity.
I think I can move it if I stab some removable rods into it.
You don't? Do you have immovable rods? I see it, Hunter.
No, I wish.
Then leave it alone!
He kind of got his hopes up there.
Fine. I go and try to take a different crystal.
He actually slaps your hand and he says, "Stop it! Now you, come with me, and I will give you a souvenir. Come.
Must be an integral part of the ship, unless I don't want it.
Fair enough, come along." And he walks over to his workbench, and then he kind of looks at the wall where the clothes were hanging. He's like, "That's odd. I swear I put that vest that you sold me up there."
Holy shit, that is gone. Huh, that's interesting.
I'll worry about it some other time. It most likely got
Maybe
lost
they
in...
stole it when they stole those pins.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was wondering as well. Now, you said it must be an integral part of the ship, yes?
Sure.
Well, that's what you said, yeah?
Yeah, something that helps the ship move.
Exactly. Now, come. He walks over to his desk, and he actually pulls out it's a replacement crystal for the small light ones. He says, "Now, if you do not replenish this in the sunlight..." Wait, hold on. I've completely lost my train of thought. Where are my notes for this? Yes, I have notes for this.
Any decent DM does.
There it is. If you do not meditate over this crystal in the presence of sunlight, imbuing it with your magical power, at least once every... Well, it's not being used, so I imagine it would last at least 3 days. It will lose its luminescence. However, it will continue to glow for this time. Now, you can have this on one condition. Don't fucking touch anything else!
Okay, I won't attempt to touch anything else.
To be quite honest with you, I don't really care for the way you phrase that, but I suppose I'll have to take your word on it. He hands over the crystal. Add one
Yay.
mysterious crystal to your inventory. It has no housing, by the way. It's like just the crystal. And as you examine it further, it's cut with perfect perfect pentagons on each side, 5-sided shapes. That's pentagon, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it's a 5-sided shape with 5 sides, like a 3-dimensional pentagon with a pentagon on each side.
Okay.
Oop.
It actually shines really brightly, by the way.
Ooh.
I take it, and at the same time, I walk next to the lever and accidentally bump into it, and making sure it shifts positions, then walk off, then speedily walk out of the room.
What?
Oh, Lord.
Oh, fucking Christ.
The ship begins to ascend.
I'm not mean speedily going out of the room. I'm running as fast as I can to get off the ship.
You hear Gavin scream, "Ah, you clumsy fucking oaf!" And he runs over to the lever and corrects your mistake.
Is this the Owen Alpha ship? I just see the ship rise and then come back
I'm
down.
standing on the deck like, what the fuck? Why are we moving up? I look over questioningly at the captain.
Listen, I don't know what's going on. It appears to be under control. I'm sure I'll hear all about it later from Gavin.
Yeah, probably. I almost want to lay money. It has to do something with our fucking Kremlin.
At this point, you hear a reverberate. Hold on. Never mind. Continue to interact with each other while I figure my life out for a second.
None of us are close to each other.
I'm
Desmond, what are you doing?
running out of the ship, fucking as fast as I can, because I'm just thinking it's gonna keep going up.
Oh.
There's little itty bitty legs. He's scampering across.
As you take off running, you hear a horn sound. Deep, blaring. You actually all hear this. Let me just... Give me half a second here while I figure my life out. What's going on?
Somebody changed. You changed music. Was that on purpose?
It didn't actually change.
Yeah,
It
it did.
for me.
Am I just
More
high?
intense music.
We got battle music.
Yeah, that's what I was after. Okay. It's not what I thought it was. It sounds like shit for what I'm about to do, but whatever. Alright. Let's fucking go, boys. A deep, resonating horn sounds. Once, twice, 3 times. Andros looks over at you, Luna. He says, "Oh, shit."
Yep.
Battle lines start to form.
I am not being a part of this fun.
Talon, as this happens, one of the soldiers working to unload the ship takes off running, and you spy a shiny thing on his belt. Happens to be a knife.
Another knife. All the knives.
I'm running like I'm in a hurry and coincidentally pass by him as I do swiping a knife without him noticing.
Sleight of hand check.
One second.
DC 10. And you pass
24.
with flying colors, because of course you do. You bump into him, and he notices you, right? Like, you bump, and he says, "Hey, stop it! Watch where you're going!"
Well, sorry. I'm in a hurry. And
As am I. And he takes off running. You are now in possession of 1 crude dagger.
did you say one crude?
Yeah, crude dagger.
Okay. And I'm gonna go look for Luna since, gotta get with the party.
He's still
I'm
standing,
standing
on
the
deck.
Yeah, I'm still standing on the deck.
You see
That's
him.
easy to find.
Yeah.
Right past.
I fly up to him.
About this point, you see Desmond take off running, leap the gap, not even use the bridge over to the dock, roll as he hits the ground, and he doesn't stop. He just keeps going.
Hey, Talon, I got something for you. Come here.
Flap
He yells
over
it
to
back
him.
at us.
Are you stopping running, or are you still going?
Yeah. If I'm off the ship, I just stop.
Okay.
I hand Talon the crystal. Like, hey, can you put this in the bag of holding? I don't have the space for it, and it's really bright, and I think something big is about to go down with that horn, so...
It
I don't
blares
want it to look
again.
like
Battle lines continue to form. They're now 6-man deep and 100-man long.
Okay.
They're
Well,
getting
it's
ready to-
super shiny. I want it. I put it in the bag of holding.
Yeah,
I'm sitting there observing. Obviously, from my time as a soldier, I know it's fully well what's going on.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna head down to the medical tents.
There's an attack going on.
I know, that's why I'm heading down to the medical tents.
As you walk down the ramp, the medica tents are indeed stationed just below the dock. Not directly below it, but off-centered should something poor happen to the ship and it falls or the dock falls or whatever.
Like I said, I know what's going on. I don't want to be a part of this
As
battle.
you enter the medica tents, you see what you would expect to see. Wounded soldiers, missing legs, missing arms, the dead still lying in beds that haven't been attended to yet, men screaming, bleeding, in pain.
Alright, I'm
Several.
gonna find
Go ahead.
obviously the person in charge. There's always gonna be somebody running a show like that.
Yep, there's an officer, what appears to be an officer standing at a desk, giving out orders to various nurses.
Alright, I'm gonna approach him and ask him if he needs a hand, because I'm a doctor as a...
Doctor, you say? Well, we can always use a hand here in the Medica. Go ahead, grab the first bet, and here's the priority list, and he hands you a list of people that he thinks can be saved compared to people who can't and should be ignored, and also minor injuries near the bottom.
Alright, I'm gonna ask him where they keep their medical supplies.
He just motions over to the closet next to him. It's not really a closet because they're in a tent, but it's like a cubicle-ish thing.
Right. The same place you would start. Alright. And then I grab some needed medical supplies, and I'm gonna go, as a doctor, I'm gonna triage above their triage.
Okay, fair enough. You approach a man, arm lopped off, right arm lopped off, just above the elbow, unfortunately. Above the elbow, not below. A tourniquet has been applied. It's still seeping a bit of blood. He's screaming in pain.
Alright, so I'm going to, like I said, assess. Any other injuries? Is it just the arm?
You see some
perception check?
severe bruising around his chest area.
Alright. I can touch, like it's being, like it's lucky for me, I can touch somebody and see what's all going on with them too, through my key abilities. 'Cause,
Oh, really?
he broke.
Yeah, he's got 4
Like I s-
broken ribs. He got trampled by a horse.
Alright, so like I said, I can see this thing actively healing requires a point. Do I have anything puncturing a lung?
Not that you're aware, but he
Alright.
is at risk for a punctured lung.
Alright, so it depends which ones he's breaking.
Well, it depends. It's all about stabilizing the broken ribs.
Right, exactly, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take the bindings, I'm gonna bind them tight, because that's the only thing you can do for ribs!
Fair enough.
I'm like, I tell him this is going to hurt like a bitch. Bear with it.
Shut up, Hunter. Listen, this isn't the interaction I expected.
Like I said, I stabilize. I wrap his. I get him to sit up.
Did you
stay
see what
his-
Hunter said in the chat?
Yes, I see what it is, and that's exactly what I did. So, like I said, I stabilize. I wrap it tightly as I can. And I get
Go
him to
ahead
tuck
and
it
make a
into-
medicine check for me, just cause.
Alright.
I'm gonna.
No, I can just.
I can't. Okay, hold on. I have to.
I'm doing exactly what I was trained to do. Of course, I get a 10.
Which, I mean, is average.
Why do I still have?
I don't have music.
I guess all I'm doing is I'm just binding the wounds.
That's why it sounded so weird. It was playing in YouTube too.
Oh, you're probably hearing it twice, so. It was
Yeah, I
probably
was
fucking
like,
with your
what the
brain.
fuck is going on? That sounded like hot garbage for anybody in the stream. Anyway, I asked you guys. I was like, what is going on?
I only heard the music, so through 'cause
No,
I have a
you're
delay,
good.
so I ignore it anyway. So,
You're good. You're good.
but yeah, no, like I said, the only thing you can do for ribs is bind them tight, and then I'm gonna tighten up that. I'm gonna put some bandage over that still weeping wound.
Mm-hmm. The blood
I'm gonna-
is dark red. You should understand what that means as somebody with medical training.
Yeah, it's dark red, which is not always a good sign. But you said it. I'll totally expect it, so I do so.
Okay, you inspect the wound. It appears that the tourniquet While thinner than you would have hoped for, just in size in general, because you know the thicker the better for a tourniquet.
Right.
It is effective. The blood that is seeping out is just probably not going to stop. Like, this is about as effective as it's going to get. The wound, however, is not bandaged in any way. This was a really, like, slap it on, save his life, and move on to the next person kind of job.
Right. Like I said, actually, the pressure is there. Only thing you can do is, like I said, either
Bandage the stump.
Exactly. That's what I'm doing. I'm going to bandage it up and move on.
Okay. I'm actually going to move to Talon and Desmond. As these battle lines start to form, cavalry is now pouring in behind. Off to the flanks. And they start to move out. And in the direction they're moving, there's a hill over. There's a hill. And you see a shadow start to grow on the far side of it.
Okay, so as the battle's starting to take place and everything's heating up, Talon's eyes sharpen and he activates his sword ability.
Go ahead and read that off for me. I've
I've
got too much shit to keep track of, dude.
Oh, it's when he activates it, his feathers and his sword change color.
Oh, this, yeah. So, the blackness of the blade starts to swirl and spin as it becomes shiny, shimmering, flowing out of the blade and first onto your hand, arm, shoulders, completely coating your entire body. You're now black again.
Wow, I'm going to have a fun time with that one later.
I look at Andros and ask who I need to go to and who needs help with a very fast and dangerous bird.
Well, you look like you're meant for the front lines, my boy. I've got to get this ship out of here.
Okay. Well, I head down and look for someone who can tell me what to do.
Desmond?
I quickly run to the medical tent and then run in there screaming, if anybody has any goddamn medicine, I need it so I can get out there and help.
I simply look at Desmond and throw him a potion.
What type of potion?
Hold on, like I said, I'm typing this thing up right now, so I'm gonna save that.
I'm trying to get one for free, dude. Not from you.
The officer looks at you and he says, "Hand of the king.
Yes?
Take this." He hands you a greater healing potion.
Ooh, shiny. Thank you.
You gonna
chug
drink
and
it?
I run back out.
Okay, you heal 8d4 plus 8.
8d4?
Mm-hmm.
Plus 8.
Your wound...
Oh, full health.
Yep.
Yay!
That was
Go
a
kick some
2,000 gold potion, by the way.
Worth it.
Hell yeah. Let's fucking go, boys.
Do you have anything for fucking spell slots? I'd say as I run out.
You've got to be fucking kidding me. You used up all your... Take it! Here! And he tosses you another potion. It's
Yes.
blue and swirly and tastes like cinnamon as you drink it. You now have all your spell slots back.
Sweet! Oh god, this just got a whole lot more fun.
I'm over there tending to the wounded because I know what's happening, and being
We can't
who I
let our
am,
blaster mage go into battle with no spells.
Yeah.
I quickly cast Mage Armor, and then I run out.
What is the bonus on your AC for that?
I'll get to pull that up.
Okay, well, you figure it out. You run out, you head towards the
3.
front. Okay,
My AC becomes 13 plus Dex.
13 plus dex, so it's 15.
Yeah, it's plus 1, but hey.
This is actually like super annoying. Oh wait, initiative, speed, armor, plus... It's 12 now, so just add 3. No.
No, just add 1.
Your
Yeah.
AC is 12 right now.
It goes to 13 plus Dex, Skylar.
Oh yeah, it's 15. Okay, I got it.
Ah,
Why is your AC at 19?
What?
Never mind, I'm an idiot.
I didn't touch my AC.
I got it.
I just made a note of it.
Mine's at 19.
I got it. Oh god. DM problems. All right. It's time. The cavalry on the flanks charges towards the enemy lines as they round over the top of the hill. As you make your way towards the front lines, an officer grabs you and he says, "Are you the hands of the king that were supposed to be sent to us?"
Yes.
"You, up there!" And he points at you, Desmond. And then he points up at a tower that gives you a clear sight of the battlefield.
Don't know if I'm gonna be able to reach everybody from up there, but fuck it.
It's enchanted! You'll have an extended range on your magic.
As I run up to it, I'm gonna also cast Summon Minor Elemental.
Okay, and that does.
It's gonna be an Azure.
Yep. You have a stat sheet.
Yep, I got it.
Okay.
I pulled it up.
I need at least the HP.
39.
Good to know. Thank you. As you climb up, you have a strange sensation. Your vision clarifies, and you can see in detail the front of the enemy lines. You see their armor. You see the weapons they're carrying. You see the men on horse, the men carrying spears, and the men carrying halberds. You see all this. And from what you can see, as they crest the hill, they have at least 5,000 troops.
In Ignan, I yell at my Azure to go run, charge, and kill as he desires.
And he does. Managing to keep up with the cavalry as he moves forward. Talon. The captain looks at you and he says, "What are you good at?"
Being fast and fighting one-on-one.
That's not going to do you much good in a battlefield, son.
Assassin.
See if you can get to the command tent.
Okay.
And I assume
try.
into the air you go.
Yep.
You take off with a... Huh?
To try and draw as little attention and be as fast as possible.
Oh, nobody's looking at you, bud. The front lines at this point start to march forward. Luna, what are you doing?
All right, like I said, I've gone through and triaged the tent. Do I have any access to any soldiers so I can get the dead out of there?
I mean, there's various nurses moving around. Anybody in fighting shape is now fighting. This is going to be a bad battle.
Oh, son of a bitch. All right, so I'm going to take triage command from the fucking... Because that's what I do. All right.
You're going to take command.
From of the medical tent, because I'm a medic and a doctor. That's what I do. I've been practicing for 100 years.
I mean, technically you outrank him. You're a hand. You can.
All right. I'm like, do we have any able-bodied men that are... anybody that we can utilize? Because we got to get these dead out of these beds.
Excuse me, who the fuck are you?
I'm the king of the hand of the king. Now fucking do it.
King of the hand.
Prove
I know what I
it.
said. I activate, because I usually keep it off. I let it glow on my shoulder.
Fucking hell, they sent 3 of you bastards. God damn it. What are you doing in the medic... You know what?
I'm a doctor. This is what I specialize in.
What do you need?
What do I need? We have dead taking up beds. Get him out of there.
Right you are. He rallies the soldier, or the nurses, leaving the bare minimum staff that he can.
And I'm going to utilize... Like I said, the triage sheet was pretty decent, but I'm going through and checking everybody. Like I said, the dead, so we got clean beds. And I'm checking them like, we need to clean these beds after they're done. Once the bodies are gone.
Okay,
I know it
and
seems like an
you begin to prepare for the battle to come, essentially. Yep. Alright, Desmond, what are you doing?
Can I see the enemy's cavalry?
You definitely can, and about this time they're starting to clash with your friendly cavalry.
Okay, never mind. Just about to?
Yeah, they haven't hit yet. The
Okay,
initial impact hasn't happened.
One second. Double is that right?
What?
He's doing some math.
No, I'm trying to make sure how much it costs.
Okay, Talon,
Yes.
what are you doing?
Okay, cool. I got it.
You sent me towards the enemy command tent, right?
Yep.
Okay, so right now, while no one's paying attention to me, I scouted out to see what it looks like.
With your bird brain may not work so good, but your bird eyes do. So as you look down, from a higher vantage point than anybody else as you take off into the sky. You're now flying roughly 400 feet above the ground. You look down, you see thousands upon thousands of troops. What you first initially estimated to be 5,000 troops, you see is closer to 15,000. You just going to fly over the top of them and try to make your way into the back area?
Yeah.
Okay. You fly over the
400
top of
feet,
the
you'd be a
armies.
fucking dot.
I'm actually going to jump over to Desmond real quick before the initial impact of the cavalry happens. What do you got, buddy?
I twin spell web in front of the enemy cavalry. So
Beautiful.
when they run into it, they get caught and trip and fall.
Just before the impact of the two sets of cavalry hit, a magical web appears in front of the horses' legs, stopping the entire front line, tripping them. They all fall head first. The rows behind them can't slow down because of the momentum. They fall and fall and fall, and then your friendly cavalry tramples over the top of them. You single-handedly just killed 500 soldiers.
Jesus.
Talon, what do you got?
Okay. So can I see the enemy command tent and what it looks like?
Yeah, you see a standard command tent, large flags of Highbrook floating from the top. It's ironic because this is Luna's home country y'all are fighting.
Why do you think I went to the medical tent?
Yeah. I just for now I'm trying to. How well guarded is the command tent, or is it?
It's not.
Because all this. Okay. Well, I. sneak
There's
to take
nothing but
peek
a
at the
small armor guard out front. About 6 people.
I try to sneak into command tent, and if I have to, I try to cut a side in the tent to not take the front entrance.
You take the next few minutes to fly over the top of the command tent. As the troops assemble, there are some reserve units, but they are stationed up at the base of the hill. You notice, oddly enough, that as the hill wraps around in a fishbowl fashion, which horrible position by the opposing army, they are in a ravine. You notice archers posted up along the sides of the ravine, hidden from sight.
So,
I
like,
shouldn't say ravine. It's not really a ravine. It's like a massive dip. Kind of like, this is out of game, but everybody here understands it. Kind of like you're driving into Franklin from Hastings.
okay.
You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
So there's like Highbrook archers in wait for the opposing army.
Mm-hmm.
That can't be seen.
It can't be seen.
Okay. Well, I feel like that's important, so I go to inform the army about that.
Okay. You're gonna abandon your...
Well, I guess I'm right next to the command tent, so I take a peek inside to see what it looks like first.
You land... As you... Make a stealth check for me.
Okay, I can do that. $27.
Beautiful. As you land...
Sure. Could walk right to the front door with that one.
As you land behind the tent, there's a few people rustling about, and you kind of stand out a bit, but nobody seems to be taking notice of you with your black feathers, as it were. As the sun begins to set and dusk sets in, the sun and the light begins to go away. You cut a small slice in the back of the command tent. Peer in. You see a circle of generals standing around a battle map. There's 4 people in the room.
Oh.
They're talking about various battle plans. You hear something about, yes, as soon as the infantry engages, we will spring the archer trap and hopefully decimate the back lines. Perhaps this can be enough to finally push us through and end this stalemate. Desmond, what are you doing, buddy?
Quick question: did that spell get me my sorcerer points back?
Yes. It restored everything. It was a potion that I created of my own design that basically gives you a long rest.
Cool. That just gonna help me a lot. I'm going to. Is there any other enemy cavalry or anything like that?
Well, the other side that you have been not ignoring, so to speak, but essentially it's just there was two flanks that were colliding with one another, and the other side hasn't yet done it.
Okay, I'm gonna repeat the same thing over there.
Oh, I apologize. The impacts happened at the same time. The other side is now in a bloody battle.
Oh,
Sword to
never mind.
sword, mace to mace, horse to horse.
Then
I
I'm
know
going
that's
to throw a fireball to the backside.
As
Basically
you
just
do,
just far enough so that it doesn't hurt the front line or our front line.
you hold out your hand to your side. Your middle finger begins to glow as it swirls around your finger, forms into your palm, and a fireball larger than you've ever seen begins to emit from your hand. You smile and cackle with glee as you fling it. Go ahead and roll damage for me. Double it.
Double it. Where's my fireball? Jesus Christ, I can't fire. Oh, did not mean to hit it twice.
I mean, that's essentially doubling it. That works. You
That'd be
melt
90.
the enemy cavalry, killing 90 of their troops.
Jesus.
At this time, the people standing next to you kind of smile and they say, "Is that all you got, new hand?" And then simultaneously, 3 massive explosions happen in the center of the enemy infantry.
Jesus.
I like the way you do it.
Talon, what do you got?
Okay, first I'm gonna go back and inform the people of the archer ambush they have set up.
Okay. You make your way back. I'm actually in the bathroom right now. As you're flying back, actually notices you and takes a shot at you, but I mean, you're too far away. He doesn't hit you. But that arrow flying and that small modicum of lapse in discipline, the battlefield commanders notice that, which you don't necessarily know, but the battlefield commanders notice the arrow fly and they think something's up. It takes you a couple of minutes to get back. However, you're moving much faster than the infantry is marching, and they have not yet met in collision yet as you land back at the command tent.
Okay, so I inform the commander of the archer ambush. Ask him if there's anyone he needs to immediately inform.
I would be the one to inform. Immediately? Fast. Yes, you're fast. Here, take this. And he quickly scrawls out 4 notes, and he says, "Present these to the battlefield commanders that should be in charge of each unit. Do not leave out the cavalry commander if you can. He should be in the back of the cavalry formation as they rotate out troops. It appears from here that the mages, the hands of the king, seem to be very helpful in at least one of those battles. You need to get to the one who is still fighting first."
Okay, and that's the course of action I take.
I'm doing a really
Fucking-
hard job trying to like make you feel awesome here, like, but you're just playing messenger boy and it's killing me.
Hey,
I
he doesn't
mean,
have
it's the
magic.
best use I was gonna assassinate, but I had a plan. So first thing I'm gonna do is deliver the messages.
At this point, Luna, wounded start to pour in from the cavalry as they are brought back.
Alright, like I said, triage takes place. Those who can be saved are moved into categories. The dead, or the ones that I cannot save with resources at hand, are merely moved off to a private place where they can, be at peace.
Screams, blood, the scent of battle fills your nostrils as it has many times before. Oddly enough, there's a strange tinge to the air, almost as if magic is stronger here. Any healing ability you use for the time being is doubled.
Does that work for key too?
Yeah.
Okay.
Any form of magic. Whether it be a source of self or a source of the terrestrial.
Okay. Like I said, main job is prioritizing, changing, and then basically battlefield medicine.
Essentially, you've taken up a command role in this at this point. You're more directing than anything else, saying you go here, you go there. I need more supplies, this kind of thing.
Yes.
Okay, and you're doing a great job of it. You managed to save the lives of at least 30 people in the next 10 minutes. Not single-handedly, but as a team.
Right. Like I said, in that type of situation, it's a team effort.
For sure.
Like I said, this is what I did. This is what I built my character for.
Desmond, you feel a strange prodding on the edge of your mind. Make a wisdom saving throw for me.
Ooh.
Right now? Talon? Really? Desmond, unfortunately, the DC was 10.
Well, I failed it anyways. Both of them sucked.
You lose your
Is that a-
vision
you said a-
as it goes black. And then something hits you in the side of the head very hard and wakes you up. And the mage standing next to you, he says, "You fool! They have mages too! Be aware!"
And they have a lot more mages.
You take 5 points of bludgeoning damage.
Friendly fire.
Desmond, why do you have a wound of 15 right now?
I don't know. I just looked at that.
Well, it should be 5.
Maybe you got a 1 in there on accident. Who knows?
I didn't type that just now, though. Like,
That's what he did.
well,
The
it
game's
was.
cursing you.
All right. And then, as your vision comes back, where 4 explosions happened in the enemy lines, 10 happen in your lines. Smaller, but there's 10 of them. Men go flying everywhere. The lines are broken, and it takes them a minute to reform.
Can I see the enemy mages?
No.
Okay, I am going to.
Unless you have some form of extended, like, True Sight or something? You don't have any access to True Sight, do you?
Nope.
Okay. However, okay, so you saw the streaks of the fireballs come in, though. And it appears that they're scattered at various points throughout the formation.
I find one of those points and I try to do my best guess where one of those points are and I throw a fireball at it.
Roll damage, double it. And then
68.
roll a wisdom saving throw? Charisma saving throw. It'd be charisma for you, because that's your casting modifier. Sorry, I'm pacing really bad.
No, you're fine.
Mm.
Ah!
20.
He rolled a 20.
Yeah, 20.
You dropped your fucking...
How's that look?
That looks good. Now I'm staring at the light. I got no...
What's my Azar doing right now?
What?
What's my Azar doing right now? Out of curiosity.
Exactly what you told him to. He's fighting
Okay.
alongside the cavalry to kill things. Did you want to give him specific orders?
No, I just want to make sure he was up there killing things.
Oh, and
Unless
he's
he-
doing a fantastic job of it.
Unless he has an ability that I did not know.
You tell me.
Besides, if he takes a hit, he just deals damage back.
Yep.
And he deals fire damage on attack.
Yep.
So, except he's shining brightly.
With the clarity of your vision, you can see that people are running from him. Like, friendly and foe alike. They have no idea what the fuck this thing is. But as they start to realize that it's on their side, they rally around it, and the men actually start to cheer, raise their weapons to it, as they get reinvigorated and push forward and start to break through the enemy cavalry's lines.
Okay.
Talon, what are you doing?
Have I delivered all the messages?
You indeed have, with varying degrees of response. The men actually start to pull back at this news because they don't want to be caught out.
Okay, so I'm gonna go visit Desmond first because I have a question to ask him.
As you enter the magical sphere that surrounds the tower, you actually get the bonus to your vision as well, and anything that was even slightly blurry to you, which this is double fold for you because your vision's so excellent anyway. You have you ever seen the movie Aragon?
Yes.
Yes.
You know how when he links up with his dragon, his vision like freaks out? That's essentially what happens as soon as you enter this area.
Movie sucked ass, by the way.
Yeah, but for comparison.
The book was great, but
Shut up!
Anyways,
books were great. Excuse me.
Okay. I go over and ask Desmond if he has a fireball on his ring of spell saving or whatever.
not yet.
Can you
can-
put one on?
Sure.
By the way, you have 3 extra level 3 spell slots right now while in this tower.
Oh.
You hear Alakar's voice in your head as you throw the last fireball saying, "Yes, draw more."
Okay. Do I-
Well, I quickly put a fireball in the ring, then I pass it off to him.
Okay. So, taking the ring, I go and try to sneak back into the enemy's tent, being more careful this time as an arrow was shot at me last time.
You fly low and behind the edge of the ridge, concealing yourself. We'll just take your last stealth check because you're gonna roll ridiculous anyway. Concealing yourself in the shadow of dusk as you move along close to the ground, still flying. You find yourself back at the tent. Nobody appears to have moved except for now 2 of the 4 generals are actually holding glasses of whiskey. This isn't looking good for them.
Okay, so I go back and make sure I'm out of range of the fireball, and I throw the fireball through the gap and into the tent.
Desmond, what's the standard damage on your fireball without the doubling?
Including the acid?
Including the acid. It's your spell. It's just not boosted. Holy shit. Alright.
Oh, got almost you got a really good roll there.
Yeah, that's like almost max. That's actually fucking insane.
Jesus H. Christ.
Dude, there was only one bad roll. Actually, two bad rolls out of there.
Yeah, but you got a 4 on the D4. You got 3 6s, a 5. Alright.
What's my fucking other modifiers? Yeah.
Talon, you think
Huh.
to yourself, wow, this is a really pretty ring. It's awful shiny. As you kind of take a second, shake your hand, you fling your hand at the tent, nothing happens. You fling your hand at the tent, nothing happens again. And then you really, really focus and the gem on the ring begins to glow red. The fire starts to form in your hand as a small streak. You fling your hand once more, really, really focusing on what you're trying to get done. A streak of red flies into the center of the room, landing in the dead center of the battle map, explodes, sending everything everywhere in a flaming ball of just death.
Okay.
How many generals did Highbrook just lose right there?
4.
Oh my fucking god.
Okay, so I
Probably
did
an
my
iron
job, and in the chaos, I tried to get the fuck out of there.
And you successfully get the fuck out of there, flying in between tents, eventually taking to the skies, flying up high enough that you're out of range of any real threat. Oddly enough, a red streak flies past your head. That was a spell.
First, I'm gonna look to see where it came from.
At this point, Luna, wounded, begin to pour in at numbers that you are unable to handle with this kind of setup that you have. You need more people if you want to save these lives.
Okay, I look at that the officer. I'm like, you go find me anybody that is capable of helping. I don't give a shit what rank they are.
He stammers a bit and he runs out of the tent. At this point, the wounded are still flooding in. There's blood everywhere. There's gore everywhere. People are coming in with severe burns now, which is very odd.
Well, that's interesting. Anyways, burns are cauterized, so I'm gonna like basically I'm yelling at them, just bandage them and move them to the side. We'll deal with them later.
Their clothing is burnt into their skin.
Yes, like I said, we'll have to deal with that later. Dealing with burns is nasty.
Yep. Yeah, it is.
Like I said, I'm
One
telling
man
you to
in
cover him.
particular strikes your eye as he comes in the door. He's got severe burns. His armor is actually partially melted into his sides. This man isn't going to make it. He's going to die. His breathing is labored.
Do we have painkillers or anything like that?
Yeah.
I basically tell him to give him enough to put him to sleep and just let him be with the gods. That's
Fair
all
enough.
you can do for him.
They set him outside.
Like I said, out of the way so nobody can actually see that.
Yep.
Like I said, there's a spot I designated for that.
Yep, of course. As there always is. Unfortunately. Desmond, what are you doing?
So what happens if my fireball I threw at that mage?
We haven't got there yet. Alright.
There's still a lot of battling going on.
You throw a fireball and it gets deflected. It suddenly changes direction and still explodes, killing many, many soldiers. However, something stopped it, or not stopped it, but deflected it off.
Okay, I yell at the people around. I'm like, hey, we need to get somebody over there to kill that fucking mage I just threw a fireball at.
You want us to leave the magical boosting tower.
No, not you. Send one of your fucking assassins to kill him.
I don't have any assassins. All I do is throw fire.
Anybody can send a message to that fucking bird who was just here? Have him kill it.
Message to the bird? I saw him flying over there.
If you can see him, tell him to go kill that fucking mage and give them the exact location. And then
Talon? Oh, go ahead.
And then I throw another fireball into the group of enemies.
Roll damage. Wait, which group? Cavalry or infantry?
Cavalry. The enemy cavalry. Dude, fucking up the cavalry.
Yep. Believe it or not, I actually am keeping track of this.
Okay, 6, Jesus Christ. Double that is,
12 plus 60. 72. 72 more soldiers down. Musical
and
Fox,
by
how
way,
the hell
Musical
are you?
Fox.
We're currently in the midst of an extremely dramatic battle.
And I already assassinated the main generals.
Yeah, you're a dick.
Hey, he did it smartly too.
I didn't account for, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. You always manage to surprise me, and I love it.
I think Luna feels this going on right now.
Luna doesn't really understand. I mean, you know that Alucard is winning, or Azarath in this particular instance. You know the army of Azarath is winning. You don't understand how badly Highbrook is losing. Because things are about to get a whole lot more disorganized.
And there's no competent commanders left. God damn it.
Well, I mean, there's the battlefield commanders.
At this point, it's going to be a rout.
Well, they're next if once the, mages are gone.
Alright. Talon, at this point, you hear a voice in your head. Hey, did you see that fireball that got deflected?
Did I?
I mean, yeah, it was pretty fucking obvious.
And yes.
Do you think that you can find the source of that deflection and take it out?
Do any of you know how to cast invisibility?
Of course.
I'll stop by. I'll pick up some invisibility long enough for
You
me
don't have to
find
stop
him.
by. They can cast spells at a range of 1,000 feet right now.
Oh, and can I get some so I can find him without being shot by any archers?
You look down and your arm is no longer there. Yes, just go.
Okay. Well, I go look for the deflecting mage.
You fly to the spot that you saw it come from, and as you get closer, the detail begins to clear, and you notice one man standing out, crouched down, humming, and then he stands up, a red spear appears in his hand, and he flings it towards the enemy infantry as they begin to disengage because they're retreating, not retreating, but they're disengaging to avoid the archer ambush that they know is there. As it hits, it explodes in a massive ball of fire larger than any of the ones you've seen on the battlefield thus far.
Okay.
This is one of Highbrook's high mages.
Second.
Like I said, they're the top dog, so to speak.
I'm looking at something real quick.
Even people I have to respect.
They're more terrifying than Philandrian. Highbrook is a society that openly practices magic, and then everybody competes every year for the spots to become part of the Royal Cabal. This is one of their leaders.
Right, like I said, they're gonna be the people I was gonna have. God damn it. I'm just gonna come back from this and see the just devastation, and I'll do everything I can not to cry.
Well, before I approach the mage, I look around to see if there's anyone with any potions I can steal.
I mean, you're literally floating in the sky.
Yeah, I'm looking like on the Highbrook side, like if there's anyone that has a potion available to steal.
The only battle currently raging on, actually, other than the mages slinging fireballs back and forth at one another at boosted power levels, is the cavalry, which is actually starting to disengage itself as they completely slaughter the enemy.
I don't have any potions on me.
What are you looking for?
It's something that looks like a potion I can hand to a mage.
What do you have? Be
I don't
creative.
See, I know what I want to do, but I don't have any potions.
I mean, you've got a water jug.
Oh, I do. I got a water jug. I grind up one of the DeLorean mushrooms. I put it in the water jug.
Okay, just one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, and I approach the mage slinging spells. I tell him I was supposed to hand you this. It's supposed to replenish the amount of spell slots you have. And I'm still invisible, by the way.
A floating flask approaches the mage, and he says, "What the fuck? Who the hell are you?"
I'm just told that this will help you regain spell slots. I'm giving it to many of the mages.
Who sent this?
The generals, but it seems like there's chaos in the back lines, so they just sent me.
Fucking Christ, they're gonna need me. He takes it from you and downs it. And then I need to roll a save. Wow, he rolled a natural too.
So he's. How long does that paralyze me?
He freezes mid-sentence and just falls over, still holding your flask in his hand.
First of all, does anyone notice this yet?
I mean, it's pretty fucking obvious.
Okay, well, I will look up. I run over to him because I'm still invisible and no one can see me yet, and I shove him in the bag of holding.
Beautiful! Yes! Yes! It's not that difficult for you to achieve. You get it done. You now have one Highbrook High Mage in your bag of holding. You got about 10 minutes before he dies.
Okay. And, I guess I'll carry him back to the, since he's in the bag of holding. I have never made an attack, so I'm still invisible, right?
Yep.
Um,
Theoretically, yeah, you are now completely invisible. Anybody who was watching saw this frozen Highbrook mage on the ground disappear into a void.
well, that, worked well. What's, can I ask real quick, what's the DC on the, DeLorean mushrooms?
What's a DC?
Like his constitution they have to do to not get paralyzed.
What's a constitution?
God damn it. Never mind then. I'll go back to the Azarath side of things.
flying on your way. It's been about 6 minutes.
Okay, so I approached one of the wizards, and
So you're flying up to the tower.
Yeah.
Okay.
and I ask him like, it's been about 6 minutes since I stuffed a Hyborg mage in my bag of holding. You just want to let him die, or do you have a purpose for him?
Desmond
on his gear.
Desmond looks over at you and wide-eyed, and he says that. And then, no, we're not gonna fucking let him die. Pull him out. Wait, how did you put him in the bag of holding?
I paralyzed.
So
I paralyzed him with a mushroom.
He's paralyzed then.
He was when he got put in the bag. I'm not so sure about now, but he has not have had any oxygen for like 6 minutes, and he's only got a couple minutes to live.
Yeah, better pull him out. Alucard would be very upset if we just let a resource like that go to waste.
Okay, so you're ready to handle him when I pull him out of the bag of holding, right?
Nope.
There's 3 of us. I think we'll be fine.
Okay. I pull him out of the bag of holding and immediately try to knock him out with my rapier.
He's still paralyzed, but his eyes are wide as the hilt of your rapier comes down onto his forehead. A trickle of blood goes down, it pools in the hair on his eyebrow, and then rolls down his face. As he just, like, the only thing moving on him is his eyes, and he stares up at you, and he kind of makes, like, a little sound. He's like, "Arr!"
And I look like I thought his paralyzed potion would wear off by now.
"Arr!"
I go run up and I strip all his magical items and I take them.
Okay,
Awesome.
we'll
Fuck.
get to it.
I don't care what they are. I just take them and.
No, that's fine. Just give me some, you know.
Yeah.
The cat's
There's
behind you.
I see him.
You guys want to bind him, or?
He's bound,
Yeah,
you
go off his
fool.
guard, who cares?
Well, I am extra careful. And
If you think I
take
didn't
my-
immediately cast a restraining spell on him as soon as he came out of the bag, you're a fucking idiot. Now, if you
I go ahead.
if you
I was like,
don't mind, and he throws another fireball into the enemy lines.
I stare
And
at the
if you
shiny.
repeat this for the other mages, I think it's a wonderful idea.
What?
Lord, go repeat this for the other enemy mages. It's a wonderful idea.
Like, I could try, but I only need to fail once, and I'm face to face with a Hyborg mage.
Yeah,
That's
that
fine.
wouldn't end well for you, I don't think.
I will just throw a fireball at you. And when they're distracted, they can't deflect it.
But that. All right, boys, what are you doing?
I throw another fireball at the enemy cavalry.
The cavalry's dead.
Yeah, you
They're
already
their
routed them.
infantry, right behind it. Like the back line of the infantry.
Okay. As they begin to
So
disengage, a fireball engulfs them. Go ahead and roll damage. Double it. Oh, that's not horrible. 60 plus 16 is 76. 76 more troops dead. They're down to about half numbers. They're in full retreat now, disengaging.
Yeah, well, I mean, Alan thinks he's done enough. He assassinated the generals and kidnapped a mage. He's just, gonna go ask the commander if he needs any scouting.
As you approach the commander, he says, well, I'm not sure what scouting needs to be done. I think we've won the day.
This is a major upset.
Yay. I go check on Luna, actually.
As you approach the medica tent where you left Luna, she appears to be very busy, but fine.
Okay. I don't know what to do. So I go ask Luna if she needs help.
I'm like, if you can bandage wounds, tie tourniquets, whatever you can do is most beneficial.
I mean, I can try, but I have talons for hands.
I know, like I said, whatever you can do to help. If just anything, just be there for some of them. There's not much we can do for them.
Oh. Alright.
Like I said,
Well,
I'm probably covered in blood at this point too myself.
Oh yeah,
but-
you're covered in gore.
Well, I guess I just hope we're on the medical tent since there's nothing more for me to do. Well, I mean, it's not entirely true, but nobody has anything for me to do, so.
The
Right,
army's
like I
in
said.
full retreat now. As everything starts to calm down, they retreat far back out of range. The archers actually start to move back as well, and you, Desmond, Lord, you can see them moving through your enhanced sight.
So they're no longer in range.
No. And even if they're not technically out of range, but they're behind a hill.
Are you sure I can't arch it over the hill?
That's not how fireball works.
It's not fire artillery.
At this point,
Um,
I would like to wrap up the session if nobody has any objections.
can
That's
Oh,
a good
no.
way to stop.
Scorching Ray?
What?
Can I cast Scorching Ray as a level 3 spell slot?
You definitely
On-
can. What does it do?
I have to fight it. What the hell is its description?
God damn it, Skylar.
No, it's. Why is it not
You're killing me.
my descriptions? It's level 2 spell. I'm so confused. Why is it not in my other description list? 1 second. It's gonna be a minute.
God damn.
God damn it.
No, I
got
literally
it.
go down here.
You create 3 rays of fire and hurl them at targets within range. You can hurl them at one target or at several. Make a ranged spell attack for each ray. On hit, the target takes 2d6 fire damage. At higher levels, when you cast the spell using a spell slot at 3rd level or higher, you create 1 additional ray for each slot above 2nd level. What do you plan on doing with this?
Just throw it at the 3 highest ranking people I see. Actually,
Friendlies?
Behind a hill.
4 highest ranking people I see.
They're behind a hill.
But I can
You-
still see them.
No, you can't.
You can't see through walls. Can
Mind
can you?
Can you?
I said I can see them.
No, he said they were in range. You can't see them.
Oh, I misinterpreted that. Never mind then.
God damn it.
Is there anything else anybody wants to add? Any final touches before we move into the feedback section?
No. Like I said, I just,
Luna,
Stay out
I'm
of that.
sorry that you got essentially ignored during this. I didn't expect you to step out. It is what it is, man. I get it.
yeah, there's a moral conundrum there.
No, you're fine. You're 100% fine. I tried to improvise as best I could to make you
But
feel
like I s-
somewhat included.
And I figured that was gonna happen. Once you said there was a battle raging, I'm like, shit. So I went off and distracted myself in what I do.
I planned this ship for 2 weeks!
And we made you improv the entire time.
Yep.
Like fireballing the commander's tent.
Listen. Expect the
Fucking
They
kid-
wipe
Kidnapping
out
a-
the whole entire half their cavalry in one move.
You were supposed to feel awesome.
I just did a smart play.
Yeah.
Yeah, you did it.
I expected
Yeah, no, the thing is-
creativity, and you got rewarded for it. So, we're
And
now
now I have
going
to-
to... The session is now over. Give me a second to talk. The session is now over. We are moving into a feedback section. Any goods, any bads, let me know. Anybody in chat, anybody of my players, go ahead, talk, speak, and we will do a little discussion, as we do every week.
Not
That
much I
felt
could-
good.
The
Eh,
battle flowed very well. It was an ass beating.
I mean, although you stuttered a few times, the session flowed overall better than your other sessions. So
Once you got a few liquid courages, a few liquid enhancement, and yeah, you did pretty good.
Yeah, that's... I have to be buzzed to DM. I can't do it sober. My mind sticks on details because of my OCD, and it's just not a good time.
Right. Fuck, but hey. Like I said, now I get to go outside and survey the damage after our next session and be like, well, fuck my life.
I am the bird of death.
Yes, you are.
The bird of stuffing high mages and bags of holding.
And now that's a person I'm probably going to have to assassinate. Just
Corey's like, oh, he paralyzed this high mage. Now he's gonna stab him to death. Nope.
Yeah, not at all what happened.
That's all this year. I love it.
Actually, I was about to stab him. Then I was like, wait a second, can I? And I was like, I can, can't I?
You definitely can, and you definitely did.
That was beautiful.
I think, from my personal perception, everybody had fun, and that's what I'm going for. There was lots of laughs had. It was a good time. Everybody felt awesome, which was kind of the
I
whole
went
point of
full
this
medical
session.
on these guys.
Yeah, and honestly, like, you're lucky because I've had CLS training, so I have some base knowledge in Medica. I tried to pull on that to actually make it feel like you were doing something.
Right. You're like broken ribs. All right, cool. Thank God for hands of my hands. I can practically diagnose what you got wrong with you. Healing you is a different story.
Yeah, see, my plan was to, like, give symptoms and let you solve it because I know that you have a medical background as well. But then you're like, I just know what's wrong with them. I was like, okay, fuck you then.
It's not that I'm being crazy. It's what I train. Like I said, that's how I built my character.
No, that's fine. That's how it works. That's okay. But it completely ruined my plan for, like...
Well, I would have figured it out, but you're like, oh, breathing, bruising, contusions. And obviously, he's got something wrong with his ribs or his chest.
Yeah, that was the point. Like,
And then the obvious bleeding stuff, the tourniquet, like you said, just I bandaged it, move on.
Yep.
Then I'm like, what the fuck am I doing? And I take command. That's what I do.
Fair enough. It was a good time. I personally thoroughly enjoyed this session. I had an awesome
This session
time.
was probably one of the fucking best we've had.
Yeah.
I'm getting better at this too, the whole role-playing thing.
Yeah.
I need 4 DeLorean mushrooms.
And you do, as you practice.
Fucking A, man, that was fun. Fucking Skylar. Like I said, I know what's happened. And
Skylar is the fiery god of death.
I know.
And also
I gotta
webs.
ask this question. Did we get a level up from this by chance for the amount of death that was just dished?
Actually, yeah, you did.
I save people, but that's the other side of the spectrum.
Well,
I mean,
it's
you
shared,
get XP from everything.
it's shared experience, and you did well role playing. I haven't calculated it yet, but yeah, you got to level up for sure. I have to figure out how close you are to your next one though, because you were pretty close already.
Right.
So you all are now level 8, and I'll leave the
mean-
campaign open for you to make any adjustments you need to, or we can do it a different time. I don't mind. It's whatever.
I'm just gonna do it right now. I'm just gonna adjust my level to 8. It still says 6 on my screen.
Yeah, that's because you have to update it.
Yeah, I didn't do it. I'm actually going to run to the bathroom. I'll be back. Discuss amongst yourselves. I'll still be listening. My mic will be muted, though.
I definitely got better in creativity this session. What about you guys?
Definitely love.
Oh, fuck yeah, it was crazy.
I need to roll up
Level up.
D6. Okay.
Just take the
What?
standard,
So
Oh,
that's
what do I...
4 plus. Yeah.
What do I take for that? I don't even remember.
What's my rogue? 1d8.
Yeah, I think I'm on that too.
Ooh, a 7.
Yeah, I forgot how health works.
Fuck!
How does leveling up health work? I forget.
Okay, so I'm level 8 now. Which
You
means
roll your hit die and add your Constitution modifier.
Hit die! Roll, you fucker. I still rolled a 1!
You also take the what is your hit die?
It's a 1d8.
Okay, so you get a minimum of 5 plus your Constitution modifier.
So 5 plus 3 is...
It's one half of the die plus 1.
So
Wait.
5 plus 3 is... I get 8 points to my health now.
Wait,
so
you
that
add
would
your
put-
Constitution modifier to this?
Yep.
Yes.
So 44 plus 8 is 52.
Sad 11 Constitution noises.
Yeah, it's better than... Yeah, so... I'm at 52, level 8 monk. Oh, shit, I need to see what I
It's
have.
funny because you actually rolled a hit die.
I know. It says recovery. That was just trash.
I gain booming blue. I get magic.
Okay,
ignition.
if you guys are all done leveling up and everything, I am going to go ahead and move into my end spiel. Are you good? I mean, not done, but you know what I mean. Like, done with the
Yeah.
stream.
Like I said, yeah, Physician's Touch. Starting at stick, you can enter greater cures with a touch. And basically learn what the fuck's wrong with them.
I'll kill you.
I can turn around and also harm you. I can also...
Is there anything you need to say on stream?
No.
No.
Nope.
I'm just reading what I
Okay,
can do with
we're
my
moving
ability.
to the outro. Shut up. We stream D&D every Sunday or Friday. Kind of depends on one of my players' schedules. Starting at 7:30 p.m. U.S. Central Time, we stream Overwatch on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, starting at 7 p.m. U.S. Central Time. Every video of our D&D campaign can be found on YouTube at Food for Fat. I try to upload those on Monday. I usually don't get it done on Monday. It normally gets done on Wednesday. It's fine. Thanks to everybody for coming out. Appreciate all the support. Spread the love. Spread the name. And y'all are the best. Let's look for somebody to raid, shall we?
Indeed.
Who is online? We got... Nah.
Oh, cool. I get ability score improvements.
Oh my god, you just realized you get level 8?
Yeah.
This is
I'll do
Peep
that
Show,
later.
showing some love. Appreciate y'all. Really would care for you to drop a follow. Have a good time.
Or I can take a perk.